American Heartland Ice Arena, one of the many homes to Loyola's 53rd annual O'Grady Tournament. We have some Pool D play in front of us as the Glenbrook South Titans take on the New Trier Blue Trevians. Alongside David Ventura, my name is Luke Jordan. Dylan and David walked us through the earlier matchup where GBS able to snatch 2 points out of OPRF, an overtime victory off the stick of Ryan Mulvey. David, obviously 2 points is great, but they were looking for 3. What stood out to you in that matchup with the Huskies?
Yeah, Luke, the big thing for the Titans is they had a really easy time getting shots on net. They struggled a little bit getting OPRF defenders and as well as their goaltender to move. They were finally able to do that later in the game, putting the puck in the back of the net off a tic-tac-toe play. Same thing in overtime, so they got to continue that against Blue for this game.
The Titans outshot the Huskies 34-12 this morning. What else needs to stick out for this Glenbrook South squad to come out victorious in regulation? A big 3 points needed.
So you're playing a team like New Trier Blue, right? You're playing New Trier Green in SHL play, so you just figure, oh, this is a team that's not as good as Green. So the mentality level is, you know, the initial instinct is, well, this team's not as good, so I don't have to try as hard. But they just got to stick to their game. As if they want to make a run in this O'Grady tournament, they're going to have to do that, and then they're going to have a tough task tomorrow against Ignatius.
On the right side, it is Thomas Preston, the freshman, did not play this morning. JP Ricana stood in, stopped 11 out of the 12 OPRF shots. And on the left side, it is Cole Scherb. Max Zassioni played this morning against St. Ignatius for the Trevians, stopping 38 out of 44, where the Trevians lost 6-1 to the Wolfpack. Glenbrook South in their whites, NT Blue in their blues, as we are underway at American Heartland Ice Arena, main rink of the Loyola Academy Ramblers. Hunley fires one quick, and it's steered aside by Preston. The other way, Blake Hoffer. Hoffer throws it up towards the helmet of Scherb, and he grabs it with his mitt. Scherb, a senior, played for New Trier White last year and won the AHL championship with the Trevians over the Ramblers in that championship game.
Yeah, and 2 good shots. One by New Trier and the other one by Hoffer, so not a bad start to this game.
Frank Surma circles back, trying to slide it across, but it finds the stick of John Wilson. Up ahead could have been a chance for Andrew Coates, but it'll get ahead of him. Now down low, below the net. Hunley, patient, trying to find somebody in the slot. Trickles to Selak. Down the wall, Will Fagan. Risky pass to Sokol, but no Trevians present in the slot. And a missed pass there from Sokol sends the Titans back to their defensive zone.
And New Trier had a tough time connecting on the earlier play, and the Titans not able to connect there. That's going to result in an icing. So it's going to put the draw in the defensive zone and give New Trier an opportunity early.
New Trier 0-1 in the O'Grady tournament so far, looking to turn things around. Lost 6-1 this morning to St. Ignatius, got outshot 44-21. Trying to keep themselves in contention with the win here against GBS. Surma slides across, and it's fended away by a Trevian defender. Out of the zone now comes Jack Wolleben. Finds Isaac Solomon. Solomon looking for Wolleben. Far side hash marks, this puck over the glass and out of play with 15:41 to go. One shot from each side.
And as New Trier entered the zone there, that was close to offsides. Linesman was debating between blowing it and not. He decided not to blow it, and Titans are going to have a defensive zone draw early in this one, only a minute and 20 seconds in.
Well, scratch that, I guess. We'll head out to the neutral zone to official discretion. Face off won by the Titans, back to Luke Fagan. Fagan, a sophomore, also a lacrosse player at GBS, coughed it up inside the circle. Malloy will hold the zone, and now it's Janetsko. Janetsko looking for a man in front. Instead, Jonah Weiss trying to evade the zone. Janetsko back down the wall. In the slot now, Solomon, a shot, trickling puck, and they score! First goal coming less than 2 minutes in from the junior Isaac Solomon and the Trevians, a much-needed first goal.
Yeah, the Titans lose track of players in front there, and the puck just squeezes by Preston as we get a look at behind the net cam. Preston makes the save with the pad, and it just bounces straight up and goes in the back of the net.
Got a good portion of it, not enough. An unfortunate bounce. Puts the Titans behind the 8 ball to get things going.
And Luke, that's part of what we talked about before the game started, is having a strong mentality going into this one. Even though this is not a normal opponent you play, who may not be as strong as New Trier Green necessarily, you still got to go in with the mentality that every game matters and you can't let off the gas.
Absolutely, and this New Trier Blue squad with some statement wins already this year. They're first in the IHSHL North Central, 1 point ahead of BGHW. As a puck loose in front of Sherb, he'll now put his glove on it. We get a whistle, 14:33 to play. But yeah, New Trier Blue, 24 points in the North Central Division first. BGHW has 23, and New Trier Blue a real shot to win their 3rd IHSHL North Central Championship.
And the Titans almost buried that one there as Sherb with the initial save and wasn't able to find it, but thankfully for him, the puck just landed right next to him, so he was easily able to cover that one up.
Mishap by the linesman, did not see all the Trevians getting into formation. Now we are ready to play. Lytle in the slot, couldn't get a stick on it. Comes up to Fagan, whose shot is blocked. Titans keep. Higgins now trying to dig it out. Flipped ahead, pass for Luke Dillage. Dillage gonna fire, and Preston hauls that one in with 14:12 to go.
Preston, as he's able to smother that one up and not give New Trier a rebound opportunity, which is gonna be one of the keys because New Trier is gonna have guys crashing.
Thomas Preston's last start on cable television as Glenbrook South was able to take down Glenbrook North 4-2 in the annual Thanksgiving Eve rivalry game. Started with a 2-0 GBN lead before a 4-goal second period from the Titans. And Preston, 2 stunning periods with the second and third, not allowing a single goal within that time span, stopping 21 out of 23. Lytle, now Higgins in front of the Titan bench. Cross now for Will Fagan. Fagan off the wall, picked up by Adams. Mitchell Adams, called up in the late goings of this season as of recent. Adams, as Dylan Ward mentioned earlier, getting his stripes. He's got the maize stripes across his helmet now. Hard to tell him apart, he fits right in. Blake Hofford, sliding it towards the net, nearly followed up by Pajerski. And now in the corner, John Wilson. Lohmeyer, rink-wide pass. Finds the stick of Ryan Hunley. The senior trying to get into the slot, will circle back now. Pajerski's all over his case and advances the other way for the Titans. Benji Pajerski, a beautiful move, across for Hopper, and a highlight reel play is denied by Sherb in front. Not sure if Sherb got a part of that or it just went over. David, what did you see?
Sherb got a piece of that with the stick, maybe the top of his blocker. Nevertheless, great save as we're gonna take a look at the replay. That one is one opportunity there by the Titans.
And how about this move by Pajerski? Ankle breaking, beautiful pass on timing, and it looks like Sherb is all over it.
We get another look at this one here. Sherb, just great movement from left to right, and definitely gets a piece of that one.
Going right at the goal cam too after the fact. Both these goalies have actually appeared on cable TV. There's been 2 high school hockey games on Marquee Sports Network so far this year, and Preston was in net on Wednesday, and a few weeks back, New Trier Blue took on Chicago North inside Allstate Arena.
And speaking of Chicago North, they dominated York in the game this morning.
What a game that was for them. Huge 3 points, manhandling the Dukes. And on the podcast on Wednesday, as Sherb steers one aside, I told Dylan that York was going to win that pool. Not feeling too good about that after the fact of this morning. Still a lone goal for the Trevians coming from Isaac Solomon, a three-sport athlete.
And take a look here at this Weller shot. Good screenage in front by Surma, but needed another man in front, because Sherb's doing a good job of tracking the puck from the blue line.
Isaac Solomon's hungry for a second. Nice pass fit through to Janetsko. Captain Ryan Mulvey all over it. Now down to Solomon on the far side circle. Squeaks out to the stick of Janetsko. Stumped with decisions, now finds Wolobin. Some nice puck possession down low. Wolobin a shot, he scores! And just like that, New Trier blew a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, what a shot there by New Trier. Picks that top right corner, gonna get a look behind the net cam as Preston's down. He finds that top left corner from his vantage point, able to sneak that by, make it a 2-0 New Trier lead.
This is not the first time today that Glenbrook South has trailed. We talked about how majority of that game, they trailed to OPRF and then eventually found the win.
And that's going to be the big piece for the Titans, is staying calm, keeping their composure. Only 6 minutes I've gone through this game, as that's a trip behind the net.
Looked to be so. Bunnell gets right back to his feet. Has it taken away by Solomon. Brad up the wall. Puck out to Wolobin. His pass turned over. Evan Bunnell the other way. Bunnell trying to make his way into the slot. Jonah Weiss putting his stick all over, but can't grasp possession. Out to Aiden Weller at the back line for Glenbrook South. Maher. Wolobin now for New Trier. Trying to beat Fagan to this puck. Luke Fagan to be exact. Weller comes up with it, tries to throw it up the far side wall. Maher regains. That's Wolobin trying to slide across, loose in front, picked up by Weiss. Boris sticks it ahead. Nearing about 10 minutes to go here in the first period. 2-0 lead for New Trier Blue. Did not think I'd be saying that. And neither did most watching this broadcast. Lytle applying some hard pressure. Still up for grabs. Lytle trying to get a hold of it near the slot. Fontana will gain for the Trevians. Trying to put it up ahead. Found the feet of Preda. Far side now, Luke Metz. Fontana looking across. Metz can't corral. Cole McPherson snuff it out. McPherson now gaining speed through the neutral zone. His shot blocked. Malloy puts some contact on after. William Malloy, sophomore, puts it in deep. Mulvey's got plenty of time. Puts it ahead now. Ahead of Stevens, into Wilson now for the men in blue. Looking for a pass to Noah Toma. Toma coming in late this season for New Trier. An ACL tear sidelined him for the first month. Soren Selak for Toma. Pass ahead of Luke Dillage. Luke Fagan finds the stick of Benji Pajerski. Pajerski with a fire from the top of the circle, hauled in by Sherb.
What a while there without a whistle. Finally one comes as Pajerski shoots it right in the chest of Sherb. And Titans need to find a way to get some of the momentum in this game, as New Trier has all of it right now.
Sure do, and they're looking for more. Andrew Coates to his backhand. pounded by Ben Stevens. Will Fagan cuts it back. Fagan gets around 2 Trevians, and it's a clean breakout for the Titans down the near side. Rink-wide pass for Stevens, but the Titans are offside, putting this back in the neutral zone.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that offside play as the Titans try to slide it all the way to the weak side, and pass just a little too far in the air as Hoffer's the one who's going to be offsides there, and Titans lose a little momentum.
They'll change lines now. Sokol, Surma, Cesario out for the forwards. Hundley is met by a towering Will Fagan. Big hit there. Frank Surma now. Cycles for Cesario. Pinned against the wall by Dane Lohmeyer. Delayed offsides, and Sokol unaware.
And the Titans again offsides. Pieces aren't connecting right now for the Titans. There's still a lot of time left in the first period for both teams. Shots on goal pretty even. New Trier leading them 5-4, but still got 7 minutes in the first period for some action happening.
Solomon, right side of the ice, pumps the brakes, finds Maher up at the point, whose shot was taken by the stick of Bunnell, looking for Boris, who can't handle it. McPherson slides a pass through to Weller. Zach Boris. Bunnell in front, and Weiss can't connect. That puck into the netting. 6:55 to go. 2 very veteran coaches going at it. Coach Rob Malmstrom in his 27th season with the New Trier program, and Jim Philbin, over 30 years of experience at Glenbrook South. Philbin recently inducted to Illinois Hockey Hall of Fame in 2022. Weiss, sharp angle, trickles wide. He'll get it again on the far side, tapping it down low. Boris will hustle to get it. Bunnell in to help as well. Bunnell around Solomon. Back down for Boris, who's got some space. Backhanded in front, and somehow it is in front of Sherb. A chance to poke it home himself, and it just wouldn't happen.
We're going to get a look at the replay here as Sherb was able to do a good job of covering that left post. And we're going to get another look from behind the net, as that's actually the better vantage point, at least for this one, as Boris centers that out. And Sherb does a good job of staying on that post.
In front now, redirected by Adams. He is now dogpiled on top of, and the Titans are forced back to their defensive zone.
Another one where Sherb does a good job of staying on that post, not letting the Titans get one past him.
Lytle picks up on this loose puck. Shot deflected wide and off the glass. Adams got hit in the face with a puck there. He's going to get a change, a little bit banged up.
Yeah, that might have got him right in the ear.
That'll sting, especially in a cold rink like this. Jack Andrews, glued to the wall by Will Fagan. Beautiful pass out for Dylan Lytle. Lytle, the senior, left side, rifles one near the blocker of Sherb, but it's actually the glove of Cole Sherb that possesses that puck.
So look, I want to take a look back at that thrown out in front about 45 seconds ago, where Adams gets shoved to the ground there. The Titans aren't able to bury it, but commotion in front of the net is exactly what the Titans want there. And Luke, something that Dylan and I do on the broadcast a lot is guess the first penalty of the game, and we haven't had one yet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need your prediction first.
I don't know. I'm feeling.
It could go either way, and you got to get the player, and you got to get the penalty. And we have prizes if you get it correct, of course.
Let's see. As Luke Fagan comes out of the zone, finds Ben Stevens. I'll get thinking in the process as the Titans in the O zone. Podjerski wheeling his way around. Let's see, I'm not feeling this shift. I'm gonna say maybe next shift. Here's Pajerski with the shot. Big save by Sherb. Titans just a few centimeters away from cutting the Trevians lead in half. One of the Trevians came up here and said to shout out Jack Andrews. So I'm gonna say Andrews is gonna get a penalty for tripping.
I was going to go with that too, not tripping, but I was
maybe
gonna
something
go with
more
the same
violent.
player, yeah. Cross-checking something. I'll pick someone else.
Hofford trying to spin off Coates, and the puck now sent back near Preston. A whistle for icing with 4:13 to go. The Titans now jumping ahead in the shot totals. Still nothing to show for it.
We're going to look at the replay here of, I'm trying to remember exactly what this was. Oh, that's what it was. It was the Pajerski shot. My memory needs to get a little better. We'll work on it.
Surma. Well, you're at college, right?
I am.
Yeah, I mean, that takes a toll on your mind.
Well, I study for exams, and you forget everything that you just studied, and you're regurgitating information, right? That's what I feel like I'm doing.
Cesario. Surma will chase on Owen Bratt. Surma comes out with it to a wide open Cole McPherson. Across now, Mulvey can't get one off. A lot of Trevians in the lane. Nonetheless, the Titans still possess. Adam Sokol, no look passes Cesario, pops back down low. Sokol's got it again. Uses the boards for McPherson. McPherson a fire that is redirected wide. Mulvey now winds up from the top of the circle. Big save, rebound still loose in front. Back to Mulvey, who shoots again, and Sherb with the stop there. How about this sequence? Oh, McPherson can't keep the zone, an unlucky puck. And the Titans will have to regain and go over the blue line once again. Cesario gonna fire, and that's turned aside. Puck loose within the radius of Cesario. Mulvey can't hold. Some nice pressure by Wolobin, but it ends up being Cesario who comes out of the pack with it. Mulvey turned over. Wolobin looking for his second, and big save there by the freshman Thomas Preston.
Big save indeed. I wanted to take a look at the Titans' offensive chance, but that was too good of a play to pass up on as Mulvey turns it over. Nutrier with a really good look there, and Preston comes out, makes that right shoulder save. Because I don't think that touches the blocker. We're going to get a good look of it behind the net. And that's a big save there by Preston as the Titans are really getting this momentum as of late.
Yeah, and that shot coming from a very similar spot where Jack Wolobin scored his first goal of the day, giving the Trevians a 2-0 lead. Drop back for Will Fagan. Looking for Weiss, he's got it, fire, and it's, what a save by Cole Sherb. We get a whistle.
Yeah, and that comes off, and that's the reason for the whistle, but really good movement by the Titans, something we talked about before the game they needed to do, and they have been doing that these past 3 minutes, and we're going to take a look real quick from behind the net as faceoff's going to switch from our left to the right side, but Nutrier's got to find their man there, and Sherb just bails his team out there.
Sherb has made 12 stops through the first 15 minutes of this one. Under 2 minutes to go in the first period. 2-0 lead for Nutrier. Zach Boris over the red line, leaves it ahead for Bunnell, who will chase after William Malloy. Malloy for Janetsko. Chris Janetsko had the lone goal against St. Ignatius this morning for Nutrier. They've already got more than that here in the first period against GBS. Bunnell down low for Boris. Boris kicks it to his stick, sweeps it towards the net. Ends up wide, can't find a Titan stick in the process. Bunnell down low for Weiss. Weiss, pinballing puck, now finds the stick of the Trevians as Chris Janetsko will fire in deep. Woloman takes some heavy body contact from Will Fagan. Will Fagan, to my memory, made a couple big hits in that North-South game on Wednesday as well. Blake Hoffer over the blue. Pass behind, intended target, Benji Pajerski. He'll recollect. Pajerski still with it. Pajerski with a shot off the glove of Sherb. Under half a minute to play now. Could be a chance for the Trevians. Fontana across, and Thomas Preston is all over that puck as we get a whistle with 21 seconds to go.
Yeah, Luke, I hit the replay button a few times for a few separate plays, but we'll take a look at that New Trier 2-on-1. Nice little saucer pass up and over the stick. And Preston able to make a big save there.
Back to the Trevian defensive zone off the draw. Selak had intercepted by Pajerski. Under 10 seconds to go. And this puck will die on the blue line, leaving one last shot for New Trier, but they'll just flip it in deep, and the buzzer will sound on period number 1. 2 goals, unexpectedly coming from the underdog to get things going in the first period. David, we talked about what Glenbrook South needs to do. It seems that they still need to get a hold of those objectives.
Yeah, they do, Luke, and the past last 7 minutes or so, I would say, of that period is finally when they started to get control of the game and the ice started to tilt their surface. Now, the scoreboard doesn't necessarily reflect that. They came out a little flat-footed to start those first 10. As long as they carry that momentum that they currently have now into that second and third period, they'll put one in the back of the net within the first 6 minutes of the second. They just got to continue what they're doing. They're moving the puck well. They just didn't do that to start the game off.
Feeling a little bit of deja vu, especially in the last 7 minutes, as you said. A game where Glenbrook South currently trails, but it's felt like they've had the edge as of recent. But same thing with OPRF. You trailed for a majority of the game.
I got to make my guess here, Luke.
Yeah, still, that's a first period without a penalty. Wow.
All right, let's go Lohmeyer for cross-checking.
All righty.
There you go. And who did you have again?
I had Andrews for tripping.
Okay.
No bias up here in the booth, of course.
Well, we're the GBS hockey broadcast,
Well, yeah, we're not picking a Titan.
Listen, in case Max Anderson is watching, I am unbiased for the SHL games, but we're on the GBS broadcast for this game.
Indeed, indeed. Championship game of this tournament will be on SHL Network.
Oh, and also when Dylan rewatches this broadcast, I've gotten the hang of this replay system, Dylan, just so you know.
Hoffer nudged off by Coates. Could be a 2-on-1. John Wilson, right side of the ice. He fires and it's kicked away by Preston.
Man, does that pad have some bounce to it. That puck went all the way outside the zone.
Coates for Lohmeyer. That is David's penalty prediction out on the ice, number 27. Pass intended for Stevens, a little bit too far ahead as he'll go and press Selleck. Soren Selleck flips it for Coates, who has to grab it for a moment, now bodied off by Fagan, swipes it towards the middle, Hundley's open on the near side, and Thomas Preston! Immaculate glove action to keep the score where it is.
Yeah, really good save there by Preston as Glenbrook South, the New Trier player, wide open in front, and Preston comes up with a big save as Trier's trying to go right over the pad under the glove. But Preston moves that glove down and makes a save. Not only does he make the save, but he freezes it, doesn't give up a rebound, gives his team a chance to change.
2 saves now in this period. Haven't been marked down on the scoreboard yet, but a kick save from Preston and then a glove save. Shot from a sharp angle. Had no luck off the stick of Adam Sokol as it comes back now to Luke Fagan. Fagan. Ahead for Sokol. Sokol back on his feet. Leaves it for Surma. Surma's gonna take a shot. It is eaten alive by Jack Andrews, who is feeling that one. He's gonna stay in the game. He's gonna block another one, and it's gonna hit the ceiling. That is going to get some noise from your bench. 2 shot blocks in less than 10 seconds, as you're gonna see here.
You know, Luke, and that was one of the problems the Titans had this morning, was shooting pucks right into OPRF's shin pads. This New Trier gets 2 shot blocks there, but Titans got to find a way to not allow those shots to get blocked, because the morning game, there was a ton of block shots by OPRF, part of the reason they had problems.
Mulvey trying to track it down. Back for McPherson. Janetsko with some nice forecheck. Wolobin picks up for the Trevians, sweeping it in front. Solomon on his back end. Rebound, Janetsko, they score! Chris Janetsko, his 2nd goal of the tournament, scoring once this morning, and now.
Yeah, and the Titans again losing track of their players in front. All 5 of them on the left side of the ice, leaving New Trier players wide open. Was the reason they were able to get that puck in the back of the net. So now the Titans are supposed to be down 2-0. It's now 3-0.
Janetsko, one of 2 captains on this New Trier squad. Had a 2-point game and a 3-1 victory versus Chicago Central, their last league game before they came to this tournament. And then, as we mentioned, he tallied the lone goal against the Wolfpack this morning. Here comes Jack Higgins. Higgins drops for Adams, whose shot is off the stick of Bratt, recollected by Lytle, trying to find anybody in the slot. Won't happen. Titans starting to become desperate for answers. Fagan able to get some help off the snow buildup on the far side. Fagan. And for his brother Luke, whose shot is blocked by Janetsko, comes right to his feet. Janetsko up ahead for Wolobin, odd man rush for the Trevians. Wolobin, the former Chicago Reaper, is denied of that play by Fagan. Higgins now near side, one-hands it, Adams across, Lytle! Oh, wow, what a save from Sherb! Beautiful sequence. Just wishing for a better finish there.
Luke, that's another one where the Titans fire it right at the chest of Sherb. They got to find a way to pick a corner on him.
I can relate as a former player having games like that where my coach will say you're making the goalie look like an all-star. That's sure what they're doing so far. Sherb is already an all-star as we speak. He's had an incredible season, but he's looking even better. Glenbrook South still just trying to find the corners. Shot there, a nice block. It looks like it was off the body of Fagan, who's lunging a little bit on it. Plenty of time back for Selak. Up ahead for Fontana, who gave it right to Aiden Weller. Hoffer finds Pajurski. Benji Pajurski looking for that top corner, but it's just wide. Prada slides it across, one-timer, Luke Metz, and he scores! Would you believe if I told you it is 4-0 New Trier Blue with 12:35 to go in the second?
And that's another play. The Titans get a little lost in the defensive zone. New Trier's able to get a one-timer off, and Preston does get a piece of it, but not enough of it. It squeaks in the back of the net. 4-0 New Trier. As Glenbrook South's going to call a timeout here.
Good call by Jim Philbin. Thomas Preston just staying in his crease for now. Seemed really down after that recent goal from the Trevians. A one-timer off the stick of Luke Metz. And a much needed breather and reset for Philbin's Titans, who have a real chance of getting back in this game, but you gotta take it one goal at a time.
And they still do have over half the game left. New Trier was able to pop 4 on them halfway through this one, so anything could happen. We saw in the game before, 6-5 final. GBS still has an opportunity to get back in this one. I mean, they're in a pretty deep hole, but again, with over half the game left, anything's possible. What did they say? They say anything's possible with the Illinois lottery? Isn't that what they say?
I think so.
I'm just texting Dylan right now that I'm a replay master.
This is the only live game in the O-Grit, never mind. St. Ignatius and OPRF is just starting now. New Trier beating Fenwick 6-0 in Pool C. Another game in Pool C. Evanston with a shootout victory over Brother Rice. A lot of tight games to get things going in the O'Grady tournament. This not one of them so far. Pajerski trying to change that. His shot's off the stick of Hunley. Credited the shot block thanks to a twig.
That's a good stick out in front by New Trier, and if they want to win this one, they got to keep doing that, as Benzie was able to find some time and space, and that puck just gets deflected off a stick out in front by New Trier. Titans still going to have that offensive zone draw. New Trier with a little confusion on the change. However, no issues on that.
In other news, Chicago North, as we talked about earlier, a huge win over York, winning that one 6-1. Cesario now below the net. Oh boy, another chance for New Trier. Andrew Coates. Now Lohmeyer, his shot, followed up, and Ryan Hunley puts it home. It is 5-0.
Well, that was a really good back check, as Mulvey was the one who was defending that really good back check by Sokol, but absolutely unfortunate for him as the puck luck doesn't go his way, as it goes right to a New Trier player, and he's able to bury that in the back of the net. But really good defensive effort there by Sokol. Again, like I said, just goes right to a New Trier stick as he pokes it away. And New Trier Blues now at 5-0.
Second-year varsity player Adam Sokol with obviously a back check that should be recognized. And like you said, just unfortunate. That's why no matter you think it's a 3-on-0, 4-on-0, 3-on-1, whatever the numbers are, if you got a chance to score, you follow up with your team, and that's what Hunley did. Stayed in the action instead of stayed back, and he got the puck right to his stick. And you almost wish if you could go back in time that maybe Sokol doesn't do that play. It's just such a rare occasion that it happens to go right onto the stick of another Trevian.
Yeah, and he's diving on that back check too. Not a lot of guys, at least at the high school level, are back checking as hard as he is. Here's a chance.
Here's Sokol. Speaking of the devil, big save by Sherb. Sherb has now stopped 18. Chance in front, Maher, a blast denied by Preston. A chance to turn the tide for GBS, needing some momentum. Cesario cuts back. Puck bobbles, and he's now double teamed, kicks it out below the net. Cesario in front for Surma, and Sherb had it slip through, and Glenbrook South finds goal number 1.
The reaction was very delayed.
Yes.
It seemed like Sherb had control of that, but man, 6 goals and we're not even halfway through. As I want to take a look from the behind the net cam, that's really what I care about.
This will be very useful.
Oh, full screen.
Thanks, Gerard.
Oh,
yeah, just got it.
Sneaks in the 5-hole. Man, I'm learning this new system. This is fancy stuff. He can't hear me, but that's fine.
It's very focused in. Well, we're back to 4. 1 goal at a time, as they say.
You know, I feel like Jimmy.
The Wiz. Battle.
Maybe a little better. Nah, I'm just kidding, Jimmy.
Well, maybe with this setup, because, you know, the Wiz hasn't used the setup yet. His setup involves a, like, $4,000 PC that he could
I'm trying to
solve world problems.
I'm trying to lightly tap this thing. Except if I really slam it, I feel like I'm gonna break it.
Wolleman, a shot off the draw. That is handled by Preston. Preston, a shaky start to this one, but nonetheless, primarily in part.
Man, you're making me feel like I know nothing.
Gerard giving us a tip over here. But Preston has stopped 9 out of 14 so far, but maybe only 1 or 2 of them actually Preston's fault. Here's Bunnell sliding across, too far ahead for Zach Boris. Back for Bunnell. Malloy giving some physicality down low. Mulvey across for McPherson. Bunnell. Across Weiss. Oh my gosh! How does he even make that save? I can tell you what, David definitely has that one queued up. Wolleman, what a move, and he can't finish. Big save by Thomas Preston. Back and forth we go. Bunnell trying to pick it up amidst the snow in front of the benches. Evan Bunnell over the blue line. He'll fire, and it's redirected wide off the stick of Janetsko.
You know, he made that save with his skate.
How do you even approach it that way? Like, that is incredible instinct. I'm waiting for the next stoppage so we can see that one again. Loose puck in the slot. Lytell circles around. Lytell backhands it, and it was sent behind the net. Lytell still all over. Comes up to Fagan. Will Fagan fire. Tip wide. Higgins. Cole McPherson walks the blue line. He'll fire, and this is the least of worries for Cole Sherma. Much easier save than the one that you're about to see on your screen.
Well, I can full screen this thing too. Look at that. As Bunnell moves that puck over to Weiss, and what a save.
I cannot wait to see this behind the net cam. This is going to show how difficult of a save it really was.
Moves really well from left to right.
Oh my gosh. It doesn't get any closer than that.
It does not. And the Titans needed that one bad, too.
And that's not even a shot put in a bad spot. You're putting it right near the corner, but... Ooh.
And the only thing you could have wished was maybe a little elevation on that, but...
Wow. Well, we'll play on. It's Metz now, far side corner. Metz trying to cut to the slot. Fagan scraps it. Luke finds Will. As the brothers. Pajerski a pass way behind Hoffer that he'll eventually collect. Picking up speed now. Hoffer holds, and his shot is off a New Trier's stick. When Glenbrook South is missing the net, it's not because of them, it's because of New Trier all over the puck with their stick.
And since Hoffer's a lefty, he kind of had to turn his body to do that shot. Takes a little too much time on it. If he's a righty, that puck has no problem getting on net, but that's the other part of it too, is right, it's that quick snapshot that guys have to have. Otherwise, someone's gonna throw a stick in your way.
Second line out there for GBS now. Lohmeyer the other way. Lohmeyer, a pass intended for Coates, ends up behind him. Coates now has it. Backhand try, kicked away. Big save there from Thomas Preston. To the point now, Maher a blast. Steered aside by Preston. New Trier still threatening. Lohmeyer in the slot. You know, David, it got me thinking, we're past halfway in this game, and we have not been right or wrong on the penalty guess because there still hasn't been a single penalty.
No, and that's not normal either.
Not at all.
I like when penalties are called.
Depends.
Because then I feel I'm useful.
Here comes Adam Sokol. Sokol slides it towards the net. He's going to kick it to his stick down low before he was interrupted. No icing off the stick of Coates. McPherson in back. Two-man Forecheck below the net works for New Trier, but we have...
Oh, we got one. I missed it. Of course, right?
I think it looked like.
We're playing the replay. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I think it's right below that net. It happens right as the replay started. That is technically a slashing, but you see right here, you see how his stick goes over McPherson.
Oh, look at that. So the Titans are going to have a offensive look here as they're going to put their big guys out there. Power play goal goes a long way here. A lot of action on the offensive side of things.
Neither of us were correct on the player or the call, but I guess
he was my second guess.
Half credit. Mulvey keeps at the blue line, finds Pajerski. Pajerski's got a wide open Blake Hoffer, but his one-timer is way wide. Stevens will calm things down. Only 24 seconds gone on this power play. Weller can't get that one onto the cage. Wolleben has it for New Trier and will clear. Glenbrook South bench yelling change. Pajerski catching a New Trier in a change. Looking across, Cesario got his stick on it. Now far side Surma in front. And now pouncing on top of the puck is Sherb.
I wouldn't have minded a shot there by Pajerski as New Trier is doing a pretty good job guarding that pass. And fortunately not able to get anything out of it, but nevertheless, offensive zone opportunity here.
Glenbrook South power play unit that is 16.7% in the SHL against much tougher competition. As this puck spurts out to the near side. Glenbrook South had the best power play in the SHL last year, 35.6%. Here's Mulvey. He'll shoot. Bouncing puck. They score!
We're going to get a good look on the replay here as to how that got in, because that took a deflection off of a few bodies. And right there,
This will give us a better look.
I think that hits the body of, I got to get the number. Cesario?
Oh, it's off Cesario.
Cesario should get credit for that one.
Well, we'll see. Obviously real tough to tell for the officials in real time. It's as it's going in the score sheet right now, but
as we'll get another look at it. Didn't work. Oh, look at that. You can do it again.
Absolutely can.
And it goes right off Cesario's shin pad, chest. One of the two, but nevertheless goes in.
Credit is officially to Jonathan Cesario, assisted by Mulvey and Sokol. Big power play goal in the books for Glenbrook South. Only within 3 now. Tell you what, you get one more before the end of this period, David. You're feeling a lot better headed into the locker room. But you can't let one up either. And that is evaded for now as Preston eventually on top of the ball.
Yeah, we're gonna get another look on this replay, but the Titans just gotta stay locked down defense. They have a little momentum as they're able to put 2. Oh, I selected the wrong one there. Oops. First mistake. I get 3.
Hey, pretty impressive for being what? Oh, nearly 30 minutes into the game. Wolleben. Solomon down for Wolleben. Give and go. Blocked off a Titan skater. Couldn't exactly tell who threw the pack, but either way, it's GBS the other way. Janetsko gonna make Boris race for it. Backhands it up the wall and McPherson is not there. A little bit of a mishap. Titans keep possession, but we'll have to reset. Mulvey into the glove of Sherb, creating an offensive zone faceoff for Glenbrook South.
Block, as blocks are a key part of this game. I want to say it's Boris blocking. Tough to tell. He loses the stick out in front. Let's see if we can tell here.
Mulvey, perhaps?
No.
Not sure, yeah.
Not sure.
It might have been the stick of Boris.
I don't know, he lost stick out front. It's tough to tell for sure.
Trying to keep it at the blue line was Weller, and he fell. Jim Philbin put his hands on his head. Under 21 minutes of total game time left. An ice make in between. Then a 17-minute third period where Glenbrook South will try to claw their way back into this. We're not done here in the second. Titans could really use at least one, but the more the merrier. Trickling puck, Selak trying to clear. He'll play it safe up the wall. It is held in by Weller. His shot, handled by Sherb.
Yeah, Sherb's able to see those pucks easily from the blue line. Titans need to do a better job getting bodies in front of them. Right now, they're off to the left and right of Sherb. That's why he's having such an easy time tracking pucks from the blue line. As you can see there, absolutely no one in front of Sherb.
Sokol backhand try right off the face-off. Doesn't go. We have an update here in Pool D. St. Ignatius has scored on OPRF, giving the Wolfpack a 1-0 lead. Just about 10 minutes into that affair. If you're a Titan fan, you're really wishing for OPRF to pull off an upset or at least force overtime against St. Ignatius. But if GBS can win this game, in which the odds are looking tough right now, that Glenbrook South St. Ignatius game would practically be a Pool D championship. But you gotta win against the easier opponent first, and the Trevians have sure not came off as an easy opponent in this one. 5 goals on 17 shots. Odd man rush now. Surma slides it in front, Blues still in the slot. Cesario holds and gives now for Sokol. Skips it for Will Fagan, whose shot is tipped wide. Sokol recollects on the near side circle. Mulvey for Fagan, who can't hold. Glenbrook South's coaching staff looking the other way again. It has been a rough couple possessions. Cesario up for Sokol. Sokol back to Cesario. He goes down in front of the net. Surma shot gobbled up by Cole Sherb.
Yeah, and the Titans are having a tough time connecting on plays that, for the most part, they would normally be connecting on. Obviously, they had that game that ended right around noon. 4 o'clock start here, so really a 4-hour break in between. But nevertheless, in a tournament like this, every team's playing under those similar circumstances.
Fagan. Weller nearly gave it away, able to regain it. Clean zone entry. Hoffer on a shot. Big stop by Sherb. Hoffer recollects. Being nudged off the puck down low by Wilson. He wins the battle and gets it ahead for one of the captains, Ryan Hunley. Hunley's already got one. Stevens has a man across. It's Hoffer. He finds him. Blake Hoffer to his backhand. What a save by Sherb. You gotta be kidding me with this guy. It's Fagan over the blue line. A little bit of a stutter, but he gets it in deep as Pajerski chases and wins. Under a minute to go in period number 2. New Trier Blue up by 3. Trying to add on. 3-on-2 headed the other way. Trevians in transition. Andrew Coates with speed, taken down in front of the net. And the rebound is scored by Hunley, but the net is off its mooring. And the main worry is that Thomas Preston is hopefully all right.
And they're, take a look here at the replay as if it's a hooking on Heller, or on Weller rather. It looks like New Trier player kind of just fell down. I don't think there's going to be a penalty on that one, as you're going to have New Trier coming up to the official talking about that one. As from the initial look, it definitely does look like a penalty for sure, but the draw is going to come outside the zone. So no damage no damage for the Titans on that one.
Yeah, and honestly, you're right. Real time, I thought, how are they not calling that? But that's why they got the better angle than us. As you see that replay, you would have to say that's just good contact. And this is going to be intentional offsides, putting the Trevians all the way back. 34 seconds, a chance now in the O-zone for GBS. A much needed one. Face-off kick back to Cesario. Shot is blocked by Malloy, and it squeaks out to the stick of Isaac Solomon. Can't clear the zone. Sokol able to keep for the moment. Solomon's got it again. Isaac Solomon. Finally halted to a stop by Cesario. 10 seconds to go. Could be a 2-on-1. Sokol across high stick by Nutrier. They're not going to touch it, leaving one last chance with 4 seconds. Trevians clear the zone, and Janetsko at the buzzer can't get it off. Would have been a huge chance for Janetsko in his 3rd goal of the tournament, but time not his best friend there. It is 5-2 through 2 periods, and Glenbrook South, in desperate need of a win here, will anxiously head to the locker room, waiting for the next 17 minutes to be on the board. David, any final thoughts on these first 2 periods?
Glenbrook South Titans just need to find a way to put the puck in the back of the net. They're having a little trouble connecting on the defensive side of things and leaving guys open in front. Part of the reason Nutrier's got 5 goals on them, having a little difficult time in terms of guarding people on that end. But just finding shots, sometimes they're a little too fancy with the puck, but we'll see what the Titans can do in the 3rd.
We will be back on the South Hockey Network, presented by Wintrust. Your score for now, Trevians 5, Titans 2. We'll see you back in a bit. The next 17 minutes of this one will just about determine the fate of the Glenbrook South Titans and their run here in the O'Grady Cup Tournament, the 53rd annual, hosted by Loyola Academy. We're here at American Heartland Ice Arena where the new Trevians Blue Squadron has a shocking 3-goal lead on the Glenbrook South Titans. Happy to be back with you along former Titan David Ventura. My name is Luke Jordan. David, 17 minutes ago, if you had to guess, what do you think was said in that locker room with Coach Philbin?
Titans need to move the puck more. There's been a lot of individual efforts. Obviously not the best game from the Titans, but they need to get that puck moving from teammate to teammate. A little too much individual play, and just they have 17 minutes to try to make some magic happen. That's the big thing I've noticed.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do just that. They got 3 goals to go, and that's without allowing any.
So actually, Luke, before we forget, we were texting Dylan at intermission, and Dylan let us know that for the 950th subscriber of the GBS Titan Hockey YouTube broadcast, he will clean your gutters. I mean, that is not an offer you can pass up on.
Here's Hunley, shot denied by Preston.
And then he said for the 1,000th subscriber, not only will he do your gutters, but he will also take care of your lawn for 1 month.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And that's 1 month, so he can really be summoned every day if you want.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Take advantage of the opportunity and hit that subscribe button. You won't have to pay for lawn care for 1 month, and he'll do your gutters, which we know you don't do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice little rear end hit by Hoffer. Puck now squeaks to the blue line. Fagan, like Hoffer down the wall. Time is already an enemy of the Titans. You're looking about a goal every 5 minutes and 10 seconds to have a shot in this one. That's without allowing a goal, which we know these Titans are capable of.
You know, Luke, or they could pull off a Minnesota Wild and put 2 goals in, I think it was 17 seconds today. The Blackhawks.
Yeah, I was watching that one.
They lost 3-2 too. Not a bad start either.
Not at all. I mean, when you see the Hawks up like that, you're like, wow, we might actually do this. And then you forget it's the Minnesota Wild and they can do anything in a flash. And that's exactly what we saw. Trevians want a penalty, will not get one. Will Fagan dashes down the right side, shakes off Malloy for a moment, but eventually it is William Malloy that swipes away the puck. Cesario. Solomon, quite a forecheck. Fagan will turn back as the Titan forward line number 3 will come out. Boris will go into chase. Weiss there in the corner, cycles it down and around the stick of Boris. Glenbrook South out shooting the Trevians here, as that shot ends up in the ceiling, but still down 3.
And that's almost 3 minutes of that third period gone by, and not much happening for either side, as Titans are going to get an offensive zone draw, but shots on goal somewhat close is not what the Titans would like it to be at, but not a huge difference in that department.
Maxwell Myers strikes about 5 minutes into the second as a shot there steered away from Sherb for the St. Ignatius game. So the Wolfpack now lead 2-0 over the Huskies of OPRF. Luke Fagan, a strong hold at the blue line, finds Zach Boris. Boris in front, Weiss can't connect. Still anybody's puck up for grabs. Fagan redirected in the equipment of Sherb. It pops loose and is now blown dead maybe a little bit earlier than it should have been, and that will draw some disgust from the fans to the right of us.
Yeah, and not sure how Sherb was able to keep that one out of the net, but he sure did, as we're going to get a good look from behind the net. as Boris is right there. Really good deflection, but I don't know about that one. I think that one stayed out.
Well, if only Gerard was credited off-ice official status, maybe we could have got that overturned, but not today.
I'm getting the refs an iPad replay unit.
Really?
You want to get on that, huh? Are you paying for the iPad? Yeah.
Mitchell Adams is in at the face-off dot for the Titans, as everybody will have to scurry back to the neutral zone. Glenbrook South enters this game at a 22-5-5 overall record. 13.5 to play. Trevians win the draw. Dane Lohmeyer nudged off by Adams. Mulvey for an accelerating Adams. Adams in front, Higgins. That shot was blocked. Didn't look like Higgins could get a lot of wood on the shot. Lytle is hit. Puck spurts loose. Coates keeps it in the zone. Mulvey now for Lytle. Recollected by the Trevians as Coates. Higgins lays a nice hit in the neutral zone, and the Titans come the other way with it. Ryan Mulvey takes some contact and coughs it up to Coates, the opposing number 14. Wollobin's already got one. Wollobin bodied off by Fagan. Will Fagan knows how to play the body. Crazy to think Will Fagan is a sophomore on this Titan roster. Plays his physicality like he's a senior. Hoffer. Down center ice, gets around Selleck and nearly backhands it to the left corner. 12 minutes to go. That's a goal every 4 minutes if you want to stay alive in this O'Grady Cup tournament. 2 points through 2 games would not cut it. Here's a look in front, big save. Thomas Preston keeping hopes alive. Pojerski drops back for Stevens. A nifty move to shake off Isaac Solomon, but his pass escapes out of the zone. This will be sent in around Sherb. Trevians on a 3-goal lead that could really boost their state ranking, currently number 23. A unit last year that was ranked number 12. Glenbrook South is number 4. GBS looking to keep that spot.
Needs to step into number 2.
New Trier at number 1. Glenbrook North at number 2. So that win against the Spartans really could get them up to that spot, but if they lose to New Trier Blue today, that will not help the resume. As these tournament games still go towards the rankings. New Trier at 1, Spartans at 2, Glenbrook South at 3, St. Viator at 3, Glenbrook South at 4, and St. Ignatius at number 5 to close out the top 5. 5-2 lead for the Trevians. Cole McPherson's gonna give it across for Weller. Up center ice for Adam Sokol. Sokol and Surma communicating on who's got it. It's Surma. Off for McPherson, who's gonna cut to the outside. He'll fire, and that's blocked away by Sherb. Frank Surma can't hold the zone. Credited to a nice defensive stand by Noah Toma. Now it's sent in around the wall. There's 10 minutes to go in the third. Out of the zone with speed comes Owen Bratt. Bratt hit hard against the wall by McPherson. Toma with a big hit below the goal line. Fontana's got it back for New Trier. Sokol beats 2 Trevians to the puck, but can't clear. It's Toma. In the near side corner. Toma, hounded by Sokol. Well, this will burn a couple of seconds. Every second counts in a deficit like this. From the point, shot block McPherson. Recollected, given across, Toma looking back door, and the stick of Aris Poulios was lifted, nearly just about sealing the game for New Trier.
Yeah, Titans having a tough time connecting on a lot of passes, but good stick by Weller out in front to not allow New Trier to put one in the back of the net.
Luke Metz scored the 4th goal for New Trier. He's got it below the net now, hooking it around, but had it turned over. Zach Boris. Bunnell gonna try to go to the outside. He takes some heavy contact. Boris sticking with it. Boris now. Eventually collected by New Trier. Back to the point now for Glenbrook South. Shot from Will Fagan is blocked by Alex Prida. Mulvey stops on a dime, throws it towards the net, and it's redirected, but still tracked down by Cole Scherr. Mulvey, Weiss, in front. This will send the Titans out of this zone. Coach Rob Malmstrom of the New Trier Trevians said in a recent game versus Chicago North that not only this is a big game for the team of blue, but it's a big game for the players, because you never know when one of these guys will get called up to New Trier green. And as of right now, these guys are all playing like they're on New Trier green from the jump of the gun. I mean, New Trier has beaten GBN twice this year, the green squad. Recently winning in a 5-1 game, I believe it was, or it was 5-0. That was an SHL game of the week. Blue is handling business so far as well. Here's Coates over the blue line. Put some pressure on Weller. Some help from Podjerski. Back to the stick of Aiden Weller now. The senior out to the red line now, collected by John Wilson. Selak trying to leave it ahead for Lohmeyer. Hoffer turned it over. Hunley. Lohmeyer sweeps it up top. Selak on a blast that ends up wide. Podjerski got to act fast. 6:40 to go in the 3rd. Drops back. Hoffer winds up, and it's wide right. Luke Fagan will have to try to evade the pressure of the Trevian forecheck. Solomon's got it now for New Trier. Backhand try is stopped by Preston. And with 6:43 to go, it's been nearly 11 minutes of 3rd period hockey, and neither side has scored, which is good for one side, not so great for the other, David.
Yeah, Luke, and not a ton of whistles at all in this period, as Preston's able to come up with the big save there, freeze the puck, give this team an opportunity to change, but the Titans really do need to find a way to get the puck in the back of the net, and they still need to find a way to move the puck. Still a fair amount of solo efforts.
Yeah, you're right. There are really no whistles either. I feel like you've spent more time talking about Dylan's milestone subscriber yard work compared to the actual game, just because of how it's flowed. It's been so back and forth with no whistles. Cesario is shot, hit the iron. Very subtle sound of the right post as it hit the outside of it.
You know, Luke, I think that's a fantastic reminder of Dylan's promises to our fans.
Mulvey! An unbelievable snipe, and Glenbrook South is back within a pair.
Well, hopefully I waited long enough, Mr. Boris. Let's take a look. As we're gonna get a look at the replay. Oh, I waited too long.
Oh, goodness.
You scared me over there.
I didn't mean hit the replay later. I meant restart it later.
Yeah, I know. Well, now I know.
Well,
that's mistake number 2.
You can at least see.
Hit that button right away.
I get 3 mistakes. It's okay. Mulvey will score another one.
Strike 2 to David Ventura here in the batter's box on the editorial business of this broadcast.
We just wanted to make sure that our 950th subscriber knew that Dylan was going to do the gutters for him.
Ryan Mulvey able to bring this game within 2. He scored the OT winner earlier this morning. Another beautiful goal from Glenbrook South today. When they've scored, they've made it look pretty. Three goals on 28 shots. But it's still putting Cole Sherb and the Trevians in a winning position. Another miscommunication will make send out line number 1 with 5:19 to go.
It's like the 3rd or 4th time this game the Titans have been offsides. A little miscue as Sokol's the one who's jumping the gun on that one. But Surma's making a move at the blue line. So the Titans just a little off cue, and it's the first time they've done that this game.
5:19 to play. Puck is chipped in deep by New Trier. Mulvey lost it for a moment, now finds Stevens. Pass intended for Hoffer is beyond him, but he'll go in below the goal line to chase. Advances it for Pajerski. Up top now, Will Fagan, a shot nearly redirected on net. It's just wide. Under 5 minutes to go now. New Trier Blue not worried about scoring goals right now. Just worried about getting it out of their defensive zone in which they showcase there. Loose puck in the high slot. Won by Soren Selek's Trevians. It is still in the offensive zone as Selek circles back. Now it's pushed ahead to Hoffer at the red line. Hoffer had it poked away. Mulvey now trying to dump it in, and New Trier not only blocking shots, but blocking dump-in changes as well. Pajerski was spun around and lost it. Will Fagan is furthest back for Glenbrook South. Hundley applying some pressure. Mulvey in to reinforce. Can't clear it. Lohmeyer picks up. He stumbles. No penalty will be called. New Trier wanted one. Lohmeyer up top for Malloy. Malloy, a shot comes right to the stick of Hundley, and Thomas Preston keeps this game alive with a big save there. Back for Fagan. Cesario had it poked right to the stick of Coates, who's now being harassed by Fagan. Nice pressure there. Comes out to the stick of Hundley. A shot in between the skates of Weller. 3:10 to go. 2 goals needed to keep O'Grady Cup hopes alive for the Titans. Odd man rush. Now slowed down. Cesario leaves it for Surma, who gets high sticked. Not sure if it was from a Titan stick or a Trevian stick. No penalty will be assessed. Aiden Weller. Bunnell can keep at the blue line. Solomon turns back for the Trevians, drops it back. Dillage now on the near side has some space and will scrape it down low. Janetsko on the forecheck on Luke Fagan. Fagan up the wall. Bunnell. Miscommunication there with Pajerski. Offer in deep. And something to note, Coach Philbin used his timeout in the second period. So part of the first line out there for Glenbrook South, they will not get that timeout breather that they might have needed coming later on. Thomas Preston nearly raced to the bench, but the puck is still up for grabs and comes into the neutral zone. Luke Fagan, delayed offsides. Bunnell retreats at the red line, leaves it back for Blake Hoffer. Hoffer's gonna pick up speed, come right into the Trevian bench. He's bodied off by Prada. Preda the other way. Preston stayed in between the pipes. Preda, sharp angle, kicked away by Preston. Time is getting slim, 90 seconds to go. Here comes Bunnell. Bunnell to his backhand, leaves it back, trickling puck, picked up by Ryan Mulvey. His shot, he scores!
I told you he was going to score, Gun. I got that play. See? I'm always right.
Ryan Mulvey, the captain. Another late time goal on the year. His second goal of the third period.
And Luke, you're right, the Titans do not have another timeout, but shot from the point, and that's one Sherb wishes he had back, because he was able to see that one all the way through.
Second line out there for the Titans. A quick breather for the first line. 1:16 to go. We'll keep an eye on Thomas Preston, located to our right. He's out of his crease, waiting for the signal from Jim Philbin. Mulvey, pass ahead of Cesario. This will not be icing, it was tipped. Preston to the bench, extra attacker out. Under a minute to play, 5-4 game, in a game that the Titans trailed 5-0. It's been 4 unanswered, but it's not enough yet. 45 seconds, battle in the far side corner. Trickling puck, picked up, faking a shot, it's wide. Comes to the near side where the Trevians are there. They will clear the zone. This puck might go into the net from a distance. It's off the side of the post, and it's enough for icing.
Man, is that a close one or what? Titans are going to have 32 seconds to play with, and that's about an inch, 2 inches away from the game being over, but puck luck going the Titans' way is that puck. I don't know if that was ever intended to go all the way down, but it did. The Titans here's their offensive zone opportunity.
First line back out for Glenbrook South, and they will have to start from their own defensive zone. Mulvey's got to watch out. His coach is here to apply some pressure, but it just is enough across the red line for an icing. New Trier cannot believe it, but it is the right call in fact.
Yes, it is. That is an icing. No matter what broadcast network we're on, that's an icing.
25 seconds.
There's no beating the puck, right? You can't, in this league, right? Like that NHL.
No.
Hoffer cannot win the draw. Hunley takes it back for the Trevians. Around the wall it goes. Trevians cannot clear. It's in the feet of Hoffer and comes down to the near side corner. 13 seconds to go. Surma from the goal line towards the net. Backhand try Pajerski. They're trying to stuff it in. It's in the gear of Sherb. Glenbrook South is trying to say it's across the goal line.
Well, let's see. We can get the main camera, to be honest with you. I want to watch the behind the net.
Officials will discuss, but it's looking like this will not be a goal. We'll get a look here.
Once that puck's frozen, I think they're just trying to shove the puck in.
Hey, I mean, he gets shoved in. That is hypothetically not a goal.
We'll take another look at it here.
6 seconds to go. Face off to the right of Sherb. Won by New Trier. They're going to pin it in the corner, and the Trevians are going to pull off the unthinkable. New Trier blue bounces back from their morning game with the Wolfpack, piling 5 on the Titans in a 5-4 victory for New Trier Blue. Dylan and I have said it all year, and especially in relation to this tournament. Expect the unexpected. And that is exactly what we just saw, but on the unfortunate end for Titan fans. Wow.
And that's part of tournament hockey, Luke, is you really never know what's coming at you in terms of, schedule, team play, all that stuff. The game tomorrow for the Titans may not matter, but it's one that, is going to be a boost as they head back into SHL play if they can win that. Ignatius, obviously a very strong team this year.
Well, just like the country song, Glenbrook South wishing they had 5 more minutes in this one. They came so close, trailed 5-0, scored 4 unanswered. And you think in a game where you scored 4 unanswered, it would be enough, but just not tonight. Frank Surma scored first, Cesario Surma again, and then Ryan Mulvey. I believe that Surma goal was actually truly credited to Mulvey, but either way, it was not enough in this one, and Glenbrook South will now have to patiently wait for their next one, where they will play St. Ignatius tomorrow at 2:50 p.m. I believe mathematically this will not eliminate Glenbrook South yet, but I will have to say odds are not looking great. As we'll take a quick look at Pool D before we send you guys off on the rest of your Friday night. So St. Ignatius is now most likely 2-0, and that would be 6 points if they win in regulation. So St. Ignatius, with a win against OPRF, just about shuts the door on every other team, since they have the head-to-head against New Trier Blue. And the Wolf Pack looks like they have just about clinched Pool D with the shocking upset of Glenbrook South falling to New Trier Blue. Nonetheless, David, we were given a fun one in the end.
Yeah, pleasure being in the broadcast booth with you, Luke. And of course, a reminder to the fans still on, Dylan will do your gutters for our 950th subscriber. Our 1,000th subscriber, not only will he do your gutters, which, by the way, he did mine. He did a fantastic job. He will also take care of your lawn for a month. And I tell you what, watching Dylan mow your lawn, that is a sight to see.
Well, best of luck to Dylan Ward with this call for the West Bend Power tonight. But for Glenbrook South Hockey, that has done it on the day. 2 games, one they win in overtime, and one they come a hair away from forcing overtime, but end up on the losing side in this one. For David Ventura and Gerard Boris, my name is Luke Jordan signing off on a final score. New Trier Blue 5, Glenbrook South 4. We'll see you tomorrow at 2:50, where the St. Ignatius Wolfpack take on SHL fellow Glenbrook South. We'll see you then.